just happened. We're driving through Kansas, and I was just driving normal, about 45 miles an hour, 2,500 RPM, in fourth gear, and then all of a sudden, I just lost all power. I don't know what the fuck just happened. She just shut off.
Yeah. Here you go.
I think we have a fuel shortage. I think that might be the filter thing might be broken again, or you know, might be shitty. That was Bubba. Bubba pulled over. He was driving some kind of Chevy F-150. He offered to help us, but we're probably just gonna call AAA.
Yes, I'm good. Just need to get a tow truck.
All right, I'll be happy to get you one.
It's a Vanagon.
Vanagon? Okay, I see Vanagon right here. And what color is it?
It's green, like an olive green. 4-wheel drive.
This is what we do when we're broken down. We just sort of sit here and stare into each other's eyes.
Actually, we both went on our phones, reading about the day's news.
She can't read. Don't let her lie to you. We try to fix this ourselves, but it is pouring down rain and it is windy, and it's probably about 35 degrees. Holy shit, it's cold out here. That's Kansas. We're in the middle of it. And we are literally wrenching in the mud underneath the van right now. And there's no need for us to do that at this moment. We could just call a tow truck, get somewhere, sleep for the night, and pick it back up in the morning. I do realize that when we are traveling around the world and this happens, we're gonna have to work in the cold, in the mud, and figure it out. But this is not that time. So while I've got American convenience, I am gonna take my American convenience and get to a parking lot and fix this van. I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right, it's the next morning and we're in a Walmart parking lot. We got towed 50 miles last night here and dropped off, and we slept in the parking lot, and we're getting ready to crawl into the vehicle and start troubleshooting our problem. Whether it's fuel related or turbo related, we do not yet know. But we're getting dressed. It's really rainy outside. The wind is gusting at around 20-25 miles an hour. But we've got waterproof clothing on, and the good Lord, when he was making us on the assembly line, decided that our skin would be waterproof as well. So we should be good to go, but it's gonna be cold as a mother. Here we go.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Alright, so came back down off the roof with these replacement fuel filters, because that's one of the troubleshooting measures we're taking today, and filled this metal cup with diesel because we need to get this full of fuel before we actually put it on the system, so the system doesn't suck in a bunch of air out of the filter. Alright. Let's check on Jorge out here in the miserable wind and rain.
Turbo's good. It's good. Still has the nut, still has the rod in the middle. Everything is fine. It's all good. I don't know if you can see that. Those pliers.
Right here.
All right, we've been working outside for about 2.5 hours trying to figure out what's wrong with the van, and it's around 30 degrees outside. It's raining. The wind is blowing incredibly hard. We're so friggin' cold. All right, so we've got my hands over the stove here, trying to get some more feeling back in my hands. Jessica's down by the Webasto heater, also trying to get some heat. But we're pretty much working in a puddle in a parking lot. It's just raining like crazy and it sucks. It's every bit of suck. Hopefully all the work that we've done will have solved our problem, but we don't know for sure until we start the van up and start going down the road. We spent the next hour installing the new fuel filter and putting everything back together. All in all, this is a job that should take no more than 30 minutes. But because of the miserable cold and rain and the uncertainty of what really went wrong, it took us over 3 hours to get back on the road. Covered in diesel fuel from head to toe, we drove straight to a truck stop for showers and then got back on track, westward.
Alright, so we are finally finished and we are now in a Love's here in central Kansas. We're about to take a shower. And yeah, we're finally done for now. Still having some issues, but hopefully we're gonna finish warming up in here. You guys can see my lips are still kind of blue from being outside for 3 hours or 3.5 hours in the freezing rain. It's pretty miserable, but hopefully that's done for now.
There, where the sun is shining the brightest, is where we'll find our beloved Mary Jane.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
How was your trip?
Sucked?
Hooray.
Oh yeah, look at
That's right. It feels good, doesn't it? This is like...
It's real ghetto. That's one thing that we need you to...
Yeah,
wait,
like super... This looks ghetto.
Yeah.
Oh, it's magnetic.
check this out. So those are little locks that lock right there.
Oh, wow.
That's sweet.
That's freaking cool.
Would you have to drill a hole in this
This looks
side?
like they're like made for that.
After 5 days of driving westward from Tennessee, we'd finally arrived at our first planned destination along our route, Mountain Bus Works in Colorado Springs. Steven SUNKEL is the owner of the shop, and he's a good friend of ours that we've made over the course of the last 3+ years living on the road. As you saw back in Season 1, Episode 7, Steven was our Jedi Master and we his Padawan learners in the blood sport of synchro restoration. His guiding hand has taught us an immeasurable amount about how our van works, and if not for his patience, generosity, and teaching, we wouldn't know half as much about how to fix Ripley. Now, we were back in his shop again with the goal of adding a few things to the synchro, fixing some wiring, and reconnecting with a good friend. Been working on our van for the last week.
Delightful.
Look at how these titties work. Oh, that's a lock for the door. You may currently be asking yourself, where do I get such an amazing device? You can't if you live in the United States, but if you live in Europe, they're there all over the place. You could just flip over a rock and find one of these things for $40. I had the time of my life, and I owe it all to you. I had the time of my life, and I owe it all to you. Right, that's how that song goes, right?
Exactly how it goes.
Found a really disgusting earplug on the floor just now. Gross. All right, well, we've been here at Mountain Bus Works in Manitou Springs for the last 7 days, tying up a few things on the van that we've been putting off for quite some time. Electrical things, plumbing things, things, and we're almost done. Once we're done today here at Steve's shop, we're headed up to Fort Collins, Colorado, where we're gonna meet with some homies of ours that you have yet to meet. And we're gonna go camping with them this weekend up in the mountains. We're pretty stoked on that. There is going to be snow, trees, mountains, rock, mud, mountain lions, bears, tigers, and Rocky Mountain jellyfish. Vanagon? Oh, that's cool. It's good to see you, man. It's real good to see you. We met Day and Heidi and their boys, Post and Zaire, 2 years earlier at an event called Synchrofest, and we traveled around the Southwest with them camping, wheeling, and exploring for just under 2 weeks. It was an unforgettable time, and the bonds we made during that adventure have carried through to this day. We couldn't have been more pumped to be heading out on another camping trip with them for the upcoming weekend. All right, we're at the King Soopers. This is where we've decided to camp for the weekend. As you can see, all the rigs. Yeah, it's a good spot. We got all the food that we need. Firehouse subs, a bank, discount tire in case any of our tires go flat while we're camping out here. It's gonna be a good time. Nobody's safe. The fuck's going on here? Sidewall puncture?
Yeah.
This is not the car that's supposed to break down on this trip.
I know. So you sure you want to take over?
Hey, come on.
Nothing. It's not turning on. That's because it's a Toyota.
What is this? When did this become a thing?
Just now. It just started. This was the beginning.
Those damn Toyotas, man. You can never trust them.
Update on the Habs here. We got the tire plugged, but now the LandCruiser won't start. It's because it's got a Chevy engine in it.
Keep in mind it's a Toyota with a Chevy motor and was recently purchased for the grand total of $3,800. So you might get what you pay for.
Yeah. So what you're saying is the more money I spend, the better the van should be? I have no idea what those guys did to get the Chevrolet LandCruiser back in action. But once they did, we were back on the road again. Have I ever told you that I'm the kind of G that little homies want to be like?
On my knees in the night, saying prayers in the street light.
It's true. All right, we're on a dirt road out here in Colorado, near Fort Collins, headed to Lost Lake. and we're bringing up the rear. We're the ass of this entire caravan that consists of a LandCruiser, a Toyota Chinook. The Chinook in front of us just slammed on the brakes to make way for a prairie dog to cross the street. They're my new heroes. A two-wheel drive Vanagon, a Westy Synchro, and then a 7-passenger Synchro, and then our Westy Synchro in the back. It's a merry fellowship. We're driving through some really, really pretty stuff here in the Poudre area of Colorado.
Sweet. This is getting pretty.
Super, super beautiful. Gosh, it's been a long time since we've been out on an excursion like this out in the West and really experienced some of the beautiful things that you have out here. This is Lost Lake and we've set up camp here. Hope you guys can hear me. Hope it's not too windy. It's very cold. I don't know what the weather is, but I can see my breath. Normally that just means I have bad breath, I think, but in this case I'm pretty sure that it's because it's cold. But it's a really pretty camp spot. Like super beautiful. There's all kinds of camp areas up here, and then like if you take the road further out that way, like here, I'll show you. Look, there's a road right here. You take that road, it takes you to some pretty nice four-wheel drive stuff.
Hey guys.
Damn girl, you look good.
We are about to head out and do some wheeling. Have some fun out on some dirt roads up here near Lost Lake in Colorado. Here's all the rigs that are going. And that guy.
The Toyota with the Chevy engine in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that why it keeps breaking down?
Yeah.
I was wondering. I was like, man, this Toyota keeps breaking down. Now I know why.
Rounded up the posse and went on a short adventure up the road. An adventure that was cut short when Day enthusiastically took his Synchro through a large and deep puddle, within which was hiding a large tree stump that took a bite out of his tire sidewall. It's crazy, look at that.
That's what I heard.
That's done.
I thought you...
Ooh, delicious. You're very good at unzipping things. I got something else you can unzip.
Mostly pants. Okay, we're going.
Oh, up?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
You're gonna get your hand sliced off.
Yeah, I am.
You need to put some butter on that or something to make it slipperier.
Oh, sorry. That's cool.
Just leave it right
Butter's
there.
what you do. Butter is what you put on it, right, Heidi?
That's...
To make it all slippery. I put butter on my penis before I had sex with Jessica.
Everything's better with butter, baby.
Everything.
It's true, Jessica calls me butter dong.
No, it's not.
Back it up.
I wish it was true.
Heidi's an Amish man now. I bet that's warm, huh?
It's super warm. Look, it's all around my head.
I have a mouth. Spare tire has been put on. Crew is rolling out. No more wheeling for the day. We're heading back to camp. Gonna make a baller ass campfire, make some dinner, smoke some, and then probably go to bed.
Reese's. It's what's for dinner.
Yo, it's like legitimately snowing out here.
Yeah, I see that.
When are you gonna get up?
I feel like it. Might be never.
Did you just nod at the camera? Like, no. Yeah, I did it. I got it done.
No, I didn't. Did it look like I did? Because that would be hilarious.
Kinda did. What is that? What are those? A Capri Sun?
Now it's like a Juicy Juice Capri Sun knockoff. It's gonna go straight in my face.
Jet's putting other food into our food.
Other food into our food? What does
Like
that mean?
the marshmallow, like he's putting the marshmallow into our Cheez-Its.
Oh,
Like a
Jets make blending food in the Stoker bus.
Yeah. Food blender.
Are you helping post with that? Thanks, Dad.
Does he do that?
I've never seen
Marshmallows with the Cheez-Its. Can't have that.
Food blender.
I think you.
All right, well, the camping operation was a resounding success. We had a really good time camping around the campfire, being at Lost Lake with a lot of really good people, a lot of good jokes, a lot of beer, a lot of that stuff that you can buy in Colorado nowadays. It's a really, really awesome time. Kids seem to have a blast. The dogs seem to have a blast. It was super, super cold up here. It was like 8,000 feet of elevation and it started snowing. And it was extremely windy. But, you know, I had the warmth of Jessica's laughter to keep me from freezing to death. After a wonderful weekend of camping, we made our way back down to Fort Collins, where we stopped in at Day's shop, OVERLAND, to hammer out a few more things we had wrong with the van. All right, Day's underneath the vehicle. We're gonna check the starter because something's weird. Something weird's going on with the starter. Here he goes.
Ready? Yep. I turn it off and then do it again.
Now turn it on again.
Turn it off.
Turn it off. What do you see?
I don't see it doing anything really funky.
Our Bosch starter had begun to fail as a result, yet again, of the shoddy engine conversion the shop in Seattle had done the previous year.
Having fun down here?
Oh, tons. Starters are always fun.
We're here at OVERLAND in Fort Collins, and we were having some issues with our starter today. We were just like, you know what? These guys got tools and things and a shop and screwdrivers and hammers. We probably should just let them figure it out and take it apart. So that's what they've been working on for the last hour and a half, 2 hours or so. While Jessica organizes the van and I work on the next episode for you guys. Once this is finished, I guess we'll get back on the road and head towards California. If Day ever finishes.
Funny guy.
Day replaced the starter and did a few other small things on Ripley before we said our goodbyes and pointed our compass westward, yet again. This time, our aim was to make it to California to meet up with friends and then head to a few Overland-related meetups. But first, we had to drive through Utah and Nevada. We'll pick up here next time. Until then, live free and drive hard. marijuana that we have. There's so much everywhere. It's like falling from heaven, like manna from the sky, leading the way on a journey that will lead me to finding myself.